Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to If on a Winter's Night for Travelers, where we are on the third story following the janitor of this kind of like, whether it's a hospital or a university meant to train doctors. He is not a doctor, but he seems to be stealing supplies in order to conduct a ritual of sorts. Based on the previous stories, the previous two stories both ended with the characters' deaths, almost kind of making each story like a mix between Layers of Fear and What Remains of Edith Finch, in which like every story ends with that character's death, and they all seem to be convening at this train to the afterlife. We'll have to see where his story goes, but we've had two stories end with deaths and invitations to this masked train, this masked ball out into the snow. Beyond the Veil by T. Newman. It is a lower magical process to make the Guardian of the Threshold physically visible by producing a particular mixture of a number of substances. A truly terrible spectral being confronts the magician, and he will need all the presence of mind and faith in the security of his path. Seek not, then, to cross the threshold until thou dost feel thyself entirely free from fear and ready for the highest responsibility. Right. Just some light reading. Just some light bedroom reading. There's a bed over there. There's some reading over there. The Wound Man, an ancient medical illustration showing different types of injuries and diseases. This one has some particularly interesting notes. The sun rules the intellect. Venus makes the heart yearn. Mercury is the hand in darkness. Mars wields the sword. Jupiter hungers for power and casts Saturn's genitals into the sea. I will need this later. Why will you need that at any point in time? Why do you need to care about Saturn's genitals? Herb jars. Herb jars. Not herbs jars. Herbs jars. These are the ingredients I require for the first part of the ritual. I need to burn the appropriate herb in each bowl. But before I get started, I should bring Mr. Williams his morphine. It's probably in my jacket pocket. Where else would you keep your morphine, of course? Oh, well, let's some more light reading. Planetary Correspondences by H. Solomon. This is the most complete treatise I have found on the esoteric use of herbs and plants. This is the passage I need. Oh, I probably should pay attention. The sun shines on the heliotrope. Mercury smells of fresh hyssop. The visions of wormwood rule over Mars. Venus is the sweetness of the rose. Sage is the wisdom of Jupiter. The hemlock is Saturn's blessing. I think I have it memorized now. Really? You have it memorized. I don't. All right. All right, let's see. What do we got here? What do we got for this mixture? We got sun, heliotrope. Well, I guess that makes sense. Mercury, hyssop. Wormwood, Mars. Venus, rose. Sage, Jupiter. Hemlock. Hemlock. Saturn. Okay, let's take a look at that wound man. I will require this later. I need to place the correct herbs in the bowls in order to align the gate. Hold on. Sir, I'm trying to look at the wound. Okay. Let us actually... Let's go back to the main menu, but we're not going to save our progress. We're just going to continue where we left off, as if we haven't read any of these. Since we haven't read much, the stars are right. Mars, Venus, and Saturn are aligned tonight. After months of enduring their mockery with fists and teeth clenched, after months of study and discipline, the moment has arrived. The moment to reach out to the forces beyond this world. Okay. This one has interesting notes. The sun rules over the intellect. Venus is heart. Mercury is hand. Mars is sword. Jupiter is power. Saturn is genitals. I don't even know if this is actually going to... I sometimes hear them talking of terrible places in my sleep. I try to write down as much as I can when I wake up, but there is so much I am missing. A chapel in the wilderness, fire among the moaning trees, a theater, a dripping blade, the hateful whispers of the dead, a sunken library where memories are drowned in voices from the past echo in the darkness. What does it all mean? You know, maybe you're just having some weird dreams. M. Zidkova's Forbidden Opus in 6 volumes. This is the passage I need. Okay. The sun burns in golden flames. A violet mantle shall devour Mercury. Cast ye the symbol of Venus onto the flames of emerald, and engulf in crimson all that belongs to Mars. A raging azure inferno for Jupiter, a black grave for Saturn. I think I have it memorized now. I don't. Okay, hold on. We need more connections. The sun burns in golden flames, a violet mantle for Mercury. Cast ye the symbol of Venus into green, emerald. Crimson is Mars. A raging azure for Jupiter, a black grave for Saturn. I hope that's all of the studying we need. My ritual dagger, I will need it later. A copper bowl, green from corrosion. So that is probably where the rose is going to go. An iron bowl covered in red rust. A bowl of black lead. Better to have a bowl of black lead than a bowl of black licorice. That would be awful. If I perform the ritual correctly, the guardian should manifest himself in the mirror. If I face him with courage, he shall grant me power beyond all imagining. But if there is fear in my heart, well, I've nothing to lose anyway. I'm afraid of sleeping. All right, let's get the morphine from our jacket. I should take it to him before I get started. My career at the hospital is already on shaky ground. The last thing I need is to be caught taking supplies home. but his tuberculosis is terminal, and this is the only thing that can grant him some relief at this point. Mr. Williams' morphine was in my jacket pocket. I have it now. I should take it to him before I start the ritual. Alright, let's save our game. There's a spot in my heart that's becoming a part of my New York. I truly thought things would be different here. Alright. Let us go to the corridor. This is definitely a happy place. The Johnsons are always fighting. One of these days it will end in tragedy. I tried intervening once, but they almost beat me up. Some things never really change, even here. Good evening, Mrs. Oh, wrong person. Good evening, Mrs. Williams. Dr. Samuels, I'm so glad to see you. I was worried you wouldn't come. I apologize. I got held up at the hospital today. How is he doing? Not good, doctor. He can barely breathe no more, and that cough, it ain't never been this bad before. Do you think he's... I'm so sorry, Mrs. Williams. I wish I could do something. Despite all the medical advances of our era, consumption is a battle we've yet to win. But this will help with the pain, at least. Thank you, Dr. Samuels. Bless your soul. Thank you. No need to thank me, Mrs. Williams. It is my sacred duty. Go to him now. He needs you. Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Good night, Dr. Samuels. Bless you. If only she knew that he was conducting rituals to obtain unimagined power. These stairs lead up onto the street. I have nothing to do out there. The ritual awaits. All right. I think I still have a vague idea what this ritual is. All right, I can begin the final preparations now. Let's grab some heliotrope. Well, hold on. We got a green, a red, and a black. So, Hemlock goes to Saturn the Black. Let's see. What goes in red? That is Wormwood to Mars. And then in green, that is Rose to Venus. The elements are aligned. Now I must mark my skin with blood. One small cut in each spot shall suffice. Where's your dagger, sir? Where did you put your ritualistic dagger? It is time. Yes, cut the flesh. No, No, my hand is hesitating. This doesn't feel right. I must start again. I must now wound myself 3 times. The sun rules the intellect. Venus makes the heart yearn. Ooh. Mercury is the hand in darkness. Mars wields the sword. Wait. Wait. We've got black, red, and green. So does that mean we need to hit our sword? No. I must now wound. The sun rules the intellect. Venus makes the heart yearn. Mercury is the hand in darkness. Mars wields the sword. I would like to look at the... Take a deep breath. Face your fear. Try again. What does the astro... Mars, Venus, and Saturn are aligned tonight. What are the options again? Let's see. Intellect, hand, sword, heart, power, genitals. What is sword? What does sword mean? And also, are we doing groin? Chest? And right hand? Yes, I feel it is time to enter the circle. What is this? This is not what I expected. Am I meant to cross over? Go to him? So be it then. Advantes fortuna iuvat. Where am I? Is this really the other side? And that must be the Guardian at long last. I must remain calm and focus. I have prepared myself for this moment. I am worthy. Nobody has slept here in a very long time. This gives very Stranger Things vibes. The entire idea of this kind of like alternate world that is just a hellish representation of this world. The moment has come. O great keeper of the gates, guardian of the threshold, I beseech thee, hear my plea. I have opened the way. I face thee without fear. Soil, bitter blood, void price. Putrid, rotten price, taken scorn, price. Failed, trapped, flesh, unworthy. My name is Jordan Samuels. I seek knowledge. Teach me the lessons of wisdom that my intellect might prevail. Memory drowned, mind oblivion drowned. Darkness, putrid water, voices undertow. I do not understand. According to my books, he should speak clearly and distinctively and offer counsel and guidance. Whatever this creature is, it is not the Guardian. And what am I meant to do now? Who art thou then? Speak thy name. Once, Jordan, ever trapped, always doctor together. Gone. Scalpel was both were Samuel's. We trap, punish, both punish, flesh. Madness! I am Jordan Samuels, me! Vile creature, trickster. Where am I? What is this place? Present at the same crossroad. Yesterday together. All convergent time, abilities, possibilities, morrow, both. I can barely make sense of this gibberish. A crossword? A crossroad? Is that this place? What this place is? Some sort of limbo? Why is the Guardian not here? I carried out every step of the ritual to summon his physical form. What else do I need to do? Sacrifice, all burn, erase, price, mind, tribute, purpose, flesh, soul. Not enough, only one failure. You cannot just cut yourself. This makes no sense. None of the text I read mentioned something like this. I'm wasting my time. I will not get any answers here. I need to try to make sense of all this. There was a passage in the book. Illumine the darkness ahead of thee. Take not a single step forward until thou art positive that thou hast sufficient oil in thine own lamp. The lamps of the guides whom thou hast hitherto followed will now no longer be available to thee, yet the light seems to be keeping him alive. Taking it away might kill him. But the flame of knowledge has always been my guiding beacon. No matter how unpleasant its truths turned out to be, no matter the price, I must follow its path to the end. I must do this. I shall not waver. I shall not fail. A warning, but I shall not fail. So does this mean I did write this? Or no, some other me, the one who fails? I cannot think about this now. I must push onwards. Looks like there's no going back through there. Ah. The Johnsons. Something terrible happened here. Dear Lord, is it alive? Mrs. Williams, is that you? Are you all right? You monster! You killed him! You monster! I cannot let this get to me. It is a test. Just a test. I did what I had to. The stairs, they no longer go up to the street, but downwards. This game also kind of reminds me of, the video game adaptation of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I cannot see anything ahead. It looks like a dead end. But it has to be this way. There's nowhere else to go. There are books and loose pages floating in the water. Where could they have come from? Oh, just an underground library. I recognize those bookshelves. I've seen this place before in dreams. I was lost in a maze of corridors, trying to find something, but I cannot remember what or why. Most of these books are moldy and rotten, but some of them are in a surprisingly good condition. Arsa Mandi, Song of the Songs, Kama Sutra, the spirit and the flesh, always inextricably intertwined. I'm surprised I actually delivered that line as well as I actually did. Classic romantic novels by Shakespeare, Stendhal, Dumas, Calvino. I've never heard of him. These seem to be relatively recent. I recognize some of Miss Austen's works. Jane Austen. This man has pride, but no prejudice. Going by the titles, this appear to be music monographs and biographies of famous composers. But where is the biography section that only contains copies of the official biography of Helen Hunt? Bonus points if you get the reference. Double bonus points because I'm going through that piece of media, let's call it. These are all music methods, from what I can see, courses on different instruments, composition manuals, and so forth. Now, what are you, sir, over here? God! Another creature! It is not acknowledging me. Does it not know I'm here, or does it simply not care? Should I try making my presence known? You're speaking directly in front of this thing. A librarian. That librarian will eat you. Here, my name is Jordan Samuels. I have walked these aisles in dreams. Art thou the keeper of this place? It is paying me no heed. I don't think it is listening to me. There seems to be something else. What is it writing? A memory of Jordan Samuels, born April 27, 1897. A memory of Dr. Samuels, field medic. A memory of Jordan, loving betrothed. A memory of that darky down the street. A memory of Mr. Samuels, music aficionado. That is me. That is my life. It seems to be listening to something. These all look like children's books, bedtime stories, fables, fairy tales. Children's folk stories. I recognize some of these titles. Tales of Anansi, The Adventures of Brer Rabbit, all these pretty little horses. It is growing louder. How could there possibly be a child in this place? These seem to be photo albums rather than books. There are some framed photographs lying around too. They all feature babies and young infants. Huh. This is definitely a strange place to explore. Is this itself like an afterlife for Samuel? Like a place where his life is recorded? It is unclear. I can barely make these out. Most of them don't even have titles. They look like diaries and manuscripts. This place feels old beyond words, which is ironic for a library. Whispers. They seem to be coming from this corridor. These shelves are full of diaries. Many of them are still secured with small metal locks. Humidity and mold have damaged them beyond recognition. Could these have been the drafts of stories, last wills, confessions maybe? Stacks and stacks of loose pages, most of them handwritten, but some are typed. The whispers are coming from this book? There is a note inside, and not any note, that note. That furiously scribbled threat slipped into my mailbox one night. Always the stares, the murmurs uttered under their breath, or the jeers and the scoffs that they felt courageous enough. I never threw it away. What is it doing here? This must mean something. I have to bring it back to that creature. Which means I probably have to find that book where the baby's crying from. It wants the book. Oh, it ate the book. What am I doing here? Was I carrying something? Or perhaps it was that dream. It looked so much like this place. And was this creature there too? What does it want? Should I try talking to it? It is paying me no attention whatsoever. It looks like it's trying to hear something else. Alright, let's take a look and see if we can find the baby. It is coming from inside this photo album. This is my family, grandparents, fathers, aunts, mother. So this baby she is holding must be me. But I have never seen this photograph before. What is it doing here? I should bring this book back to that creature. Maybe it was guiding me to it for some reason. Maybe. It wants the book. What am I doing here? Was I not? I was holding. Was I carrying something? Perhaps it was a dream. Okay, there's apparently another place I can go to. Let's see, the whispers came from up there. Music. There's probably something we can find in the music section. The music is coming from inside this book. The sheet music for Fritz Kaiser's Lebensled. Of course it is. The day I received the acceptance letter from the Chicago College of Medicine and Surgery. I borrowed a tuxedo, I spent too much money on a fancy concert, drank too much wine afterwards. It did seem back then like I was destined for great things. I never thought my quest for knowledge would come to such a screeching, frustrating halt. But I have the opportunity to fix that now. I've come so far. Maybe if I take this book back to that creature, I will get some answers. Yes, yes, yes. Huh. Alright, there's something else I'm supposed to find. Let's go down this way. It sounds like as if a battle was taking place right here, but I see nothing except books. They're all about the Great War, diaries, maps, field reports. It is coming from this book here. A map. Secault, France, September 1918. They called us the Harlem Hellfighters. We took that village while bombs rained on us like fire from the sky, but we took so many casualties that we were taken off the line the very next day. So many of us never went back home. For better or for worse, the things I saw there made me who I am today. This cannot be a coincidence. The creature clearly wanted me to find it. Also, I haven't mentioned it yet, but it's not an undercurrent, but it is a highly connected theme of racism and prejudice that he has had to deal with his entire life. From the segregated company in war to his acceptance in the university to study medicine, but then his treatment by his fellow doctors-to-be. Not to mention the threats that he has received, just sent to him in his apartment. And there's more. Anything up this way? I can hear crying. It is coming from this book. There's a letter inside. This envelope, this handwriting, I don't even need to open it. I'm sorry, Eunice. You deserved so much more, but New York felt like the place I needed to be after the war. So much was happening there, so many opportunities. Did the creature want me to find this? Yes, the creature is essentially having you reestablish your life. The life that you are leaving behind in your pursuit of power through bizarre means. That was an awesome transition. Where am I? How did I get here? I can't remember anything. Who am I? Dear Lord, what happened here? A crater and a dead soldier's remains. Did a battle take place here? Or a soldier's corpse? Did he actually leave the war? Is this all a dream? Where have I seen this banner before? It looks so familiar. Looks like a makeshift infirmary. I'm somehow familiar with these kits. Bloody sheets and what seem to be corpses. This must be an improvised field hospital. The bell tower has been blown to smithereens. This place must have sustained a terrible bombing. There is some dirty rainwater pooled up in the basin. A bloodied white sheet is covering a body. Reverend Williams? Dr. Samuels, welcome to the Chapel Perilous. I've been waiting for you. Do I know you? Apologize, I seem to have... What did you call me? It's all right. I know what you've done. It's all gone now, your name. But yes, you do know me. You did a good thing for me once. Did I? Yes, and never for a moment did you hesitate. You took the fire of divinity into your hands and acted with the certainty of a thunderbolt. Life and death laid bare before you. Such a sight to behold. That sounds arrogant of me. It was not your arrogance, but your kindness. You suffered with me, and my pain was yours. But this soul of yours, this kindness, you need it for another purpose. This fire must be wielded again. The Guardian. Ah, you still remember, yes, the Guardian, like the texts say. I must become a perfect and glorious being, or fall a prey to corruption. And should this occur, I would drag thee also down with me into a dark and corrupt world. And you do also remember what brought you here, don't you? Yes, I came here seeking knowledge. Yes, and yet it is also said that my threshold is fashioned out of all of the dread of the strength needed to take full responsibility for all thy thoughts and actions. Many years ago, you did not take full responsibility for your thoughts and actions. This has been a burden. Today you must free yourself of this burden of bygone lives. Look around you. You abandoned these men. You left them to suffer and die in great pain and agony. You were young then. You didn't know better. Now is the time to rectify that. Free them, Dr. Samuels, like you freed me. And I will hear your confession once your dues are paid. Did he run from the war? A gauze bandage is covering his eyes. Good Lord, his hands! Only an explosion could have done this. He seems to be in shock. Soldier, can you hear me? My name is I am a doctor. Doctor. Not here. Left. He left, not here. He has been blinded by shrapnel. His hands have been blown off almost completely, and he is delirious with fever. Without antibiotics, he will surely die in a matter of hours, or days if he is unfortunate. He is holding onto a pillow, grabbing it with all his strength. The pain must be unbearable. What is your name, soldier? Sleep. If I could just sleep. Doctor said he'd make me sleep. He said he would come back, help me sleep, but he left. He left. Shh. There must be something useful here. A jar with some opium pills. 8, maybe 10. They must have been here for a very long time. Opium in a tablet form is not very common anymore. If that is the case, they have probably lost a great deal of their potency. I will need to use all of them if I want to. Why do I remember all this? Well, if it isn't Dr. Jordan Samuels himself. So I've been told, but I have no memory of my name or what I did to get here. Do I know you? Oh, I do know you. Yes, Doctor. I remember you. I can't ever forget you. I've been here so many times. I've done this so many times. Over and over, waiting here, hoping that you will bring me a bullet so I can blow my fucking brains out. And you just walk away every time. You walk away saying you will help me and you never look back, you bastard. I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. I cannot remember any of these things. You're always sorry, Doctor. Have you talked to Shane this time? Quite the nervous fella, ain't he? He remembers everything over and over. He just wants to sleep, the poor guy, but you can't forget you either. And Jim, seen him yet? Doesn't talk much, that one. Only moans sometimes when he's unlucky enough to drift back to the surface. I'm sure he remembers, too. I'm sure in that blackness of his there's a name echoing again and again. His legs. He must have stepped on a landmine. Please, soldier, hand me over that gun. I promise I will help you. Wouldn't you like for me to do that again? Not a chance, Doctor. Get me a bullet and I'll take care of it myself. And what is your name? Name's Luke, Doc. Lucky Luke, they used to call me. Not anymore, I guess. Luke, Stay, Doc. What do you think will get me first? The gangrene or the infection? Just kidding, I already know. It has happened so many times, always the same way. Not gonna be any different now, is it? Some water will help him swallow the pills, but I need a container of some sort. Alright, we'll need to take a look around. I have no recollection of the things he mentioned, yet it all somehow rings true. Alright, let's talk to the last one. Half of his jaw has been shot off. He is alive somehow, but barely conscious. He will not be able to swallow these pills in his condition. He is also bleeding from his stomach, but this is not a gunshot. He must have tripped when he was shot and fallen on a piece of metal or fence. I cannot even begin to imagine his agony. He is wearing an ammo belt. Maybe there is some ammunition left in it, but I will not take it and leave him like this. I need to find a way to help him first. I'm sorry, I've been told what I did, even though I cannot remember, but I will not walk away this time. If I was a cup, where would I be? Let's check the battlefield. We cannot. Ooh. Can we go there? No. So we can't cross the plank. The font is where... Oh, hold on. Canteen. There we go. I need the canteen. Fill that with the baptismal water. Get Shane to swallow the opium pills. Take the pillow. Smother that guy. I forget his name. Take the bullet. Give it to Luke. Here, soldier, you can sleep now. I'm sorry for having kept you here so long. Farewell, I hope the pain is finally over. Only ashes remain and his pillow. He will no longer need this. It is time to go home, soldier. I can take these bullets now. Goodbye, Jim. I found what you wanted. Well, I'll be damned. Thank you, Doctor. I never thought the day would come. Now you might want to step back a bit. I hope you found your peace at last. Only ashes now. It is done. I am ready, Reverend. Glory be to Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. Is there anything you wish to confess? I don't know. I just killed 3 men. I should feel something: relief, guilt, horror, pride, anything. But the only thing I feel is empty, hollowed out. I'm so tired. How long has this been going on? How long have I been here? Worry not. You've done well. How? What does that mean? It doesn't matter now. You're almost there, Doctor. There is but one more trial ahead of you, and you shall finally come face to face with the Guardian. But what is the point? I remember nothing, not even who I was. What will I ask? What do I want? You need only remember this. You created the Guardian the first time you ever made a choice, and you've been feeding him ever since with every action, every decision, every act of charity, every lustful thought, every life saved, everything you are, he is too. If your soul is corrupt, so is he, and in everything you've given up, you'll need to take back from him. Only after confronting him will you be able to cross the threshold. But fear not, you'll understand soon enough. Now go. I really like the circle that this story has taken. Dr. Samuels, so glad you can make it. The boys and I have been waiting for you. You must be so excited, to cross the threshold at last. You have given so much, so much. But let's not waste time, shall we? I think you know what to do by now. Oh, no, don't bother. There's nothing left of you but flesh. We are your voice now, and you shall speak only through us. Now pay attention. I have given my mind to the waters. Repeat now, Doctor. Useless again. What was that? I have given my mind to the waters. Excellent. Peel back the first layer now. And listen carefully. I have consigned my soul to the flames. Repeat, Doctor. I have consigned my soul to the flames. Good. Now the second layer. Take that scalpel and go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. Do it now. Now listen once more. I now surrender my flesh to the blade. Repeat, Doctor. I now surrender my flesh to the blade. Excellent, excellent. Now the retractor, stretch the skin, open the yawning gate, the hungry void awaits. Now listen one last time, and I offer my blood to the mirror. Repeat, Doctor, repeat. For my blood to the mirror. Yes, yes, you know what to do. You know what to do. Open the threshold, open the path to the Guardian, and become the empty, yawning void. His story has taken a much larger supernatural turn than I expected. What is this? Ah, the Hollow One at last. It feels like I've been stuck here for an eternity. Very well then, let us get this over with already. Exists no more now. Yes, yes, at last. Is everything we are then? Time to get out of here. Oh, I didn't even read my invitation. I remember nothing after that. Huh. Well, that's quite a story. The question is, where are we now? What if this is yet another test for me, for all of us? Oh my, what an idea. Look around you, Dr. Samuels. The only thing that is being put to the test here is how many glasses of champagne one can drink. Layla, could I have a word? Sir. Please excuse me, if you will. As I was saying, say, is it getting hot in here? It does feel like it. What are you doing, mingling with the humans? Are you tricking them again into telling you their stories? You know I can't help it. And you know it's not allowed. What do you find so fascinating about them anyway? I don't know. I wonder how it feels for them, I guess. The pain, the constant struggle, dying alone and forgotten, by their own hand even. But we can't mingle and we can't allow ourselves to... Wait, what did you mean by that? By what? By their own hand even. If that's true, they should be at the back of the train. What are they doing here? I don't know. They just told me. You heard. No, there's something else here. Don't Don't tell me you invited them personally. Please, don't tell any... You gave them masks. You sent invitations. You collected them. You can't do this. They were meant for below. You know how strict the numbers are. Are you insane? These ones deserved it. You should have heard what they went through. That is not your call to make. I know. I'm really sorry. It won't happen again, I swear. Oh, for the glory of... All right. I won't say anything, but please don't do this ever again. They were meant for below. We're still going below, just a little less deep for them. Eligible for the redemption lottery every 144,000 years even. Maybe never. It's still a better chance than what they had up there. Please, I just wanted to hear their stories. Layla, you're going to get us sent to the swamps one day. So this is a train to hell. This a train to the... well, I thought it was a train to the afterlife, but it is specifically a train to hell. But I think that's the interesting thing about this game's story. Like, the entire idea of heaven and hell, being able to go to a brighter tomorrow after you die, being able to be tortured for the sins that you have committed, feels like it takes the complications that is life and discredits the fact that life is a complicated place. Just that era alone. You have this couple of men in a homosexual relationship in a time when homosexuality was... Hell, there are people who shun it today, let alone in the 1920s. You have... a death blow is a life blow to some, who till they died and did not alive become, who had they lived had died, but when they died vitality begun. Emily Dickinson, not entirely sure what you said just there. And you're welcome for playing. But yeah, life is itself extremely complicated. And sometimes the choices that we make, it's like the entire idea of heaven and hell is that there are only black and white choices that enable us to take good paths or evil paths. Like, it's not like Fable. Life is not like video games where you have choose the good path, save the villagers, sacrifice the villagers, like in Fable or whatnot. There's lots of complications. There's the things we want. There's the things we can't do. There's the things we leave behind. There's fear. And the idea that nobody listens to the stories of the people that die make it seem as though their lives never really mattered. They are just punished or rewarded based on a very specific set of rules that their circumstances may not even allow themselves to really discover. Overall, this was an interesting little game. Some of the puzzle logic, especially in the second act, with Lady Winterborn, like figuring out the clock one, required a specific connection I didn't make. And then there was the garden area where you had to click on it in a very specific manner. But overall, it was well done. I liked it. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.